widening the lens out, alright?
You need to make sure you get your big head in.
I know, true, big everything though. Big feet, big head, you name it, big hands. Saying nothing.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Hi everybody, welcome to Big OGGIE World.
It is.
It is. Welcome to Kelly's Kitchen, although when we do puddings it tends to be a bit of both. And when you're not well, it's often me. And you've been not well this week, but you won't allow me to do it by myself.
Well, to be fair, you made a cottage pie this week.
I did, yes, it was very good, was it not?
Well, it was
Look,
okay.
you've been ill all week, I made a cottage pie, that doesn't sound good.
Now, see, the thing was, you made a cottage pie on Sunday.
Yeah, you've been ill ever since Sunday.
I started being ill on Saturday night, and I felt okay on Sunday, and then you made cottage pie, and I had a tiny bit of your cottage pie, and oh my god, was I ill on Sunday night.
I had it for 3 days in a row. Kids had it as well, not a problem, love.
Kids had it one day.
Yeah, but they weren't ill.
No, but we couldn't tell them that you made it, because if we told them you made it, nobody would like
it. Eaten it.
You did follow my, express
I can
orders,
cook.
though, didn't you?
I can cook, but you just like being in control. So, in our house, our bedroom is downstairs, next to where the living room and kitchen is on the ground floor. So I got these messages being shouted out through the various rooms, didn't I? Brown off that lot, do that, make sure you chop this, put that in with that. What was your only criticism in the end? The mash wasn't buttery enough for you.
No, it wasn't.
This is a woman who puts literally a pack of butter in a mash.
And what is wrong with that, may I ask?
Nothing, but I
Your mash was hard.
No, it wasn't. That's not true. It's not true.
It was hard.
No.
It was.
It was firm.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. The reason I can't talk now, I give up. The reason for it being firm is because you're putting it on a cottage pie. If it's too sloppy, it will just sink into the bottom. You have to make it firm.
If your mince is too sloppy, then the mash might sink.
Anyway, we digress. Right. Right. She bit me. Oh, call the police. Right. We're going to do a pudding. We've done the slow cooker, or Kelly's done the slow cooker recipe for this week. We're going to do a pudding, yeah?
Yeah.
We are going to do a pudding that has
traditional one.
Well, very different for us. We haven't done one of these yet.
I said traditional.
I know, but it's very different for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's traditional, but not here.
No.
It's traditional in where?
Wherever it comes from.
It's traditional in the Pyrenees. It's traditional in the Basque country.
Because it's a Basque cheesecake.
It is.
John.
Spanish, French, provincial, that area, right? I probably just insulted half of a couple of million people now. The Basque area. Okay, we are going to do a burnt Basque cheesecake, and the reason we're doing this is because one of our viewers, Lee Morrison, has asked if we could do one.
Yep. Your wish is our command.
Absolutely. I know Lee pretty well. Well, I used to know her pretty well because she's go to school with me many years ago. There you go. And she survived. I know, absolutely, yeah.
She's still in contact. Jeez.
Well, she's actually trying out our recipes. She's done a few of our recipes.
Okay.
But she wanted to know how to make a Basque cheesecake. Now we've eaten Basque cheesecake because we bought one at Waitrose.
We've had it several times actually.
Yeah, very nice it is too. We've never made one, so I looked it up. There was various different recipes online. I kind of pulled the British one because some of the American ones are in cups, and that just makes it a bit awkward for us to.
Yeah,
we understand it. We've got cup measurements, but you might not.
If you don't have it, it's a pain in the backside trying to convert cups to measurements.
Yeah. So a Basque cheesecake is kind of cheesecake.
Well, it is cheesecake. It's absolute cheesecake.
It's made of cheese, so it's a cheesecake.
The difference is there's no base to it.
No, so it's a bit creme caramelly as well.
Yeah.
A bit creme brulee-ish. It's a bit that kind of thing.
So it's the cheesecake topping almost that you would normally have, but it starts off like when you cook it. Obviously, you let it go very dark, so it's like a very caramelized taste, which is really nice.
Burnt.
Yeah, but
caramelized, as chefs say.
But when it comes out the oven, it's quite wobbly still and almost souffle-like.
Almost souffle, yeah.
And then it sinks.
Yep. So it's going to be a funny picture on the thumbnail. Yeah, it's absolutely normal. Yep.
And then you let it cool completely in the tin. And once it's cooled in the tin, you have to refrigerate it for at least 1 hour before you can eat it. So actually, when you come to eat it, it's quite a dense cheesecake. But that's just the way they roll.
Yeah, and I love baked cheesecake, so this should be my kind of thing, really. We'll do a baked cheesecake as well at some point.
I do a lovely lemon baked cheesecake.
We have seen these with a bit of citrus in them, but we're doing the vanilla version today. You obviously add things if you want. We're also going to do
some fruit to go on the side. Just to cut it a couple of different ideas
for that, but we'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
So let's crack on. The first thing about this is we will need, which one? Maureen the mixer. We'll bring her over in a minute. She's the heavy girl. But first of all, we need to sort out the tin.
Right, so the first thing with this is you need to have a loose bottom or spring-formed tin, whichever doesn't make a difference as long as you can get the bottom out, right?
Oh yeah, you can get the bottom out of these.
It needs to be 20 centimetres.
Yep.
Or 8 inches, as it says on my little tin.
There you go.
And then you need to butter that well, which I've done.
Yep.
And then you need 2 pieces of grease-proof.
Yes, you do.
Sort of squares, ideally. And what you do is you put 1 square one way. So actually it might be easier to do it like this so you can see it, right?
Yeah, like that.
You put 1 square one way and 1 the other so that you've got opposite corners like a star.
Kind of a star, yeah.
And then you put that into your tin, making sure that you've got a lot overhanging the edges. Right, so you're going to need to sort of work it in. Don't worry about creases and things.
In fact, the creases are quite important.
That's what makes the cheesecake, what gives it sort of a personality, if you like. Just try and make sure you've got your corners out. Like that. Push it in. And don't worry about the wrinkles, like I said.
Yeah, so the tin has been buttered just to get the whole thing out, but the actual paper will peel away, we assume.
Yeah, it does. It does peel away, because obviously it's greaseproof paper, so it's not going to stick. Okay?
Okay.
So, that's what your tin looks like. I've just obviously bent them over.
Yep, dry paper. There are some recipes we've seen before where you wet the paper and you, or that kind of thing, you put it all in and it all fits nice and smooth. This is not about that. This
the
is
more
dry
little
paper.
Lines and things you get, the better, because it sort of gets it a bit gnarly, and that's what you really want.
That's what you want.
So that's your tin. Your tin is done.
Okay, we'll put that to one side. We'll bring Maureen
over.
Right, love. I've also adjusted the camera, so I think my head would cut off. I can't help it. I can't being so tall and you being so small. There used to be a children's cookery show called that, wasn't it? Big Cook, Little Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So, first of all, we get a lot of soft cheese. Soft cream cheese.
800 grams of cream cheese.
Yeah, we're using mascarpone.
We're using, the majority of it is mascarpone, but mascarpone seems to come in 250 grams pots.
Like it does.
So, we've actually chopped up the last 50 grams
with a blob of Philadelphia. Because it's cream cheese, and if you want to use Philadelphia, please do, but we just put up the light mascarpone when we do cooking. As you can see, we're very prepared today. We've not even had a cocktail today. For some reason, if you watched the video the other day, Kelly said she didn't want a cocktail today while she was cooking.
No, I've been ill all week, John. I definitely don't want a cocktail.
No, you don't.
Thank you.
No, you don't.
I had to go to the doctors yesterday. That's how poorly I am this week.
Yeah, that's true.
But never go to the doctors. It's a bloody nightmare trying to get hold of a doctor. I was in a queue of 29 to get to answer to the doctor.
And
that was after it took me 10 minutes to get through to be told that the line was full up already at exactly the time that they opened. How'd you work that out?
You having a rant?
I am.
You're having a rant, try that.
And I spoiled cheese on the table.
Okay, so all the details of the ingredients will be below as always, but like pretty much every kind of, well, cake type pudding, you are going to do the creamy bit and the sugary bit. There's no butter in this, so it's cheese.
So you put your cream cheese and your caster sugar in and you beat it basically. And you're going to beat it until the sugar is dissolved, and there's a way to tell if it is, which we will show you in a minute. But let's get beaten.
A couple of minutes this should take. We'll be back. Right, my darling, how are we doing?
I think we might be there, but we'll check. So, first things, before you check this, clean hands. I've just washed mine. Okay? I'll use this hand.
Use that hand.
So, you get a little bit of the cream and you rub it between your fingers, and you can feel if there's any grains of sugar still in there, and there it is. So I'm going to put it back down and whisk it again for another minute. And basically you want to keep checking it like that to make sure that your sugar is dissolved. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands again and I'll recheck in a minute. Yeah, much better.
Okay.
No grains in that at all now.
Right. Give your hands a wipe over, and we will basically just throw every other ingredient in. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. So, you need to add 200 grams of sour cream.
Now, we bought a tub from the shop, but if you can't get it, is it lemon juice and a bit of cream?
Yogurt in it.
Yogurt, yeah. Similar kind of thing. It's widely available. We got ours in Sainsbury's.
You can get sour cream anywhere now, I think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people use it to make scones and stuff like that, don't they?
We've got a bit spare, you never know. I might whip up a scone recipe.
Did somebody ask us to make scones?
Yeah. Well, we were in Cornwall after all. As long as it's jam first, we'll be okay.
Right, so that's the sour cream.
That's the sour cream.
You need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Or vanilla paste, but never ever essence.
Never ever chemicals.
1, 2.
2, yeah. Like we said, it's a vanilla cheesecake. Like I said, basic of all cheesecakes is pretty much vanilla.
Mm-hmm. You need 2 tablespoons of plain flour.
Lovely.
You need 1/4 of a teaspoon
of
salt.
Yeah, just a little bit. You've got a bit of sweet in there, you've got to balance it with a bit of saltiness to go with it.
There we go. And last of all, you need 4 medium-sized eggs.
Yeah, we're doing a little video about eggs and sizes. There's been a bit of discussion we won't talk about today, but we will be doing some other videos that aren't just recipes. Okay, so we'll go back to doing the kind of things with drinks and the chats about various stuff that we've seen, read about, encountered on our
There's a lot
food
happening
travels.
in food at the minute. There's a lot of changes to attitudes about what to cook and how to cook it and things like that. And it's all due to the cost of living crisis. But it's all important and valuable.
So we will be doing big conversations.
Last egg going in. Now obviously because I've added 4 eggs, this might very well split. If it splits,
Beat the dough out of it.
beat the dough out of it and it'll come back. But it should be okay because we've got a little bit of flour in there. So lower our beater and beat away.
Get beating. Do you want to put that back in to come back? No? So much for continuity, love. Right. Okay, so you've mixed it.
Yep, it's all mixed in.
Maureen's mixed it.
Maureen's done a good job.
Maureen's my auntie, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
Maureen Mixer.
Maureen Mixer.
Kitten age.
I know, I've got nothing named after my mum yet.
No.
You've got nothing named after your mum.
Do I want anything named after my mum?
I don't know. She doesn't watch. She does sometimes.
She does
Be
sometimes.
careful. She does,
She's
yeah.
pretty,
she does.
you know, it depends what I'm doing, but if Dad thinks there's some of his favourites coming
Yeah,
up,
you
he'll
might
watch.
do it, yeah.
Of course he will.
My mum's name was Joyce. Joyce the Juicer. No?
I got Joyce Juicer. She's over there.
Yeah, that's a big juicer for your healthy eating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, anyway, so while you've been mixing all that, you should have had your oven on to preheat.
Yeah, very hot.
Hot. So if you've got a fan oven, it's 220. Obviously, if you don't have a fan, it's going to be 240. And if it's gas, it's number 9.
Well done, I worked out last week.
Right, so what you need to do now is pour all of your mixture, which is actually quite
sloppy.
wet now,
Yeah.
into your tin.
Also, make sure, you're supposed to put this on a medium shelf, but to be honest, take the top shelf out.
Because
Give
you
yourself
need
some
to
room.
allow it to
This does go up.
to rise. Right, John, if you could hold this dish for me. Cute, because you need to make sure you get every last bit out, because you don't want to waste any of this. And quite honestly, it's not the cheapest recipe with this cream cheese.
No, but it's a luxury thing. It's a dessert. We may do some cheap desserts. I've got a book on school dinners. Fancy school dinner recipes?
Yeah, we could do this.
Yeah, we'll do some school dinner recipes.
I saw actually somebody on TikTok the other day. They did chocolate concrete with raspberry sauce.
Yeah, I remember chocolate concrete.
Or strawberry custard.
We're going to have to discuss schools and school dinners and things.
Right. That's not going to go back because that's one of the folds.
It's one of those little creases. Okay.
Right. So the next thing you do, I'm going to like fold up your corners a bit like this now.
Yeah, that might be an idea. There we go.
Like that. And then you...
One more.
This
Like
one
a
there.
flower, like a sunflower.
Yeah. So you pick up your thing and you drop it. Like
Wasn't
that.
ready for that, but okay, yep, fine.
That will get rid of any air bubbles that might have been in the middle.
Yeah, hopefully it'll make it all settle.
You only do it once.
Yeah, don't do it
Okay.
twice.
And then you put it in your oven. I'm going to open it ready because it's quite
That's a fierce oven.
runny for 30 minutes. Now the other thing about that grease proof on the corners, or the corners floating up, it will protect it a little bit
More
around
of
the
another
top.
hole, yeah,
So
as it goes up.
that now needs to go in there for half an hour, and we'll come back and show you what it's like when we get it out.
See you soon.
See you in a minute.
Well, 30 minutes. Well then, darling, it's bleeping.
Bleeper has bleeped.
Looks pretty dark. It's not as dark as it could have been, I don't think. But,
Well, I guess it's down to the individual whether they want to leave it longer or not.
Yep.
I'm just going to check. Still quite jiggly.
Okay, do you want to give it a few more minutes?
Did it say how jiggly it's supposed to be?
No, just let it jiggly. I'm sure it's how it should be.
You reckon?
Go
I
for it,
think
girl.
so.
Yeah.
I think it probably is.
Yeah. It's all an adventure on this channel. I mean, yeah, we learn with you.
Right.
Yeah, that looks like
A souffle
jiggly, wobbly,
cheesecake.
souffle type thing. Yep. Yep. Looks exactly what I kind of thought it would look like.
So it's going to sink, which is what we expect.
Yep.
And then we're going to let it cool in the tin and refrigerate it.
Yep.
I think that's quite dark.
Yep. Yeah, it is now. But it's funny, when it's in the oven with the light on it, you don't think it's that dark.
Yeah.
When you get out, it is dark. Yeah.
But if you want to leave yours a few more minutes or whatever, then that's down to individual personal
To be
taste.
honest, that looks exactly like it looked like on the
Yeah.
BBC Good Food website.
It's
so
going
I'm not
to
going to
crack.
complain.
Don't
Yep.
worry about the cracks and things.
Part of what it does.
Because it's going to crack because actually it's going into such a hot oven.
Yeah.
So it cooks very quickly, which is what all the cracks are about really. So while the oven is on and hot, I have prepared some apricots
Yeah.
that I'm going to roast.
They did a couple of options for a little bit to go on the side, really.
Yeah.
One is raspberries and strawberries with a bit of sugar.
Yeah, just macerated, so, you know, on the cooker.
Normal kind of coulis
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Just for the side, because the sharpness works with this. The other one is quite interesting. So we're doing it with your apricots, but it's just bought at the co-op.
Yeah.
Just ready to ripe apricots. Some honey, bit of sugar.
Bit of sugar, I forgot the honey, but it's got a little bit of sherry on it.
Yeah.
So I've just sort of put probably 2 tablespoons, if that, of sherry over it, and a spoonful of sugar.
Yep. Squidge of honey.
Squidge of honey if I can find it.
Top. There's some at the very top. There's
That's
an
it.
orange one at the top. That do.
Yeah, that'll do. Bit of a squidge of honey over it,
And then you just roast them.
and I'm just going to roast them for probably 25 minutes, 20-25 minutes.
Not that long, to be honest, but until they're kind of soft and
Yeah, I've lowered
roasted.
the oven down to 180 because we don't need it at 220.
Stick them in.
And they'll be
Use
done
them
in
for later.
about half an hour. Well, less than half an hour, but they'll be done ready. That, as you can see, is sinking in front of our
Yeah, it's
eyes.
starting to do what it's supposed to do.
So we just need to leave that to cool, and
Yep.
then once it's completely cool in the tin, then we put the tin into the fridge and refrigerate it for at least an hour before you try and serve it. That's important. Okay. So we'll see you all in a couple of hours, I guess.
Yeah, rugby's on in a minute. Ireland versus Wales. Come on, Ireland. I lived in Ireland, I didn't live in Wales. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be able to get some of this between the break between that one and the England-Scotland match. Come on, England.
No.
I didn't live in Scotland either.
No.
All right.
I'll make you a cup of tea and a bacon sandwich. What about that?
Oh, bacon sandwich as well. My God, what a day. Right, my darling, what we got?
We are done.
Okay. So it cooled down naturally, then I went in the fridge.
Yeah, we let it cool in the tin, and then we put the tin in the fridge, and it's been in there for about an hour and 20 minutes or so right now.
Yeah.
So we can take it out.
Okay. Well done to a springform tin.
And then you get the bottom if I lift it.
Yep, good. It is kind of eaten in the paper, to be honest.
So you open out your paper, just like that. And as you can see, it makes little marks and stuff all around the outside of the paper.
Looks really good. I'm going to take a photograph of it now because we may use that for the thumbnail. You never know. We shall see. Yep, carry on.
Okay, so I'm going to cut a slice. Still very soft.
It looks incredibly light, actually, doesn't it? Yeah. Good, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go.
That looks fantastic. So
this is the apricots that I roasted with a little bit of sherry, some honey, and a spoonful of sugar.
yeah.
So put a little bit of that on the side.
Lovely. You take a photograph of that as well? We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so we try this. Oh, dinky little spoons, look at that. Dinky little spoons. Right, top or bottom?
Well, I think you have to, it's different, isn't it? It's different bits and different bits.
Let's try the top without the stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
Lovely, isn't it? That's really good.
Much lighter than the shop bought ones.
Yeah, but still that cheesecakey cloyiness, I guess.
Well, not cloyy, that's
It just kind of coats your mouth a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can taste, it's very caramelly.
I'm going to go through the end bit, which is obviously a little more gooey than the edge. The edge is very creamy. Sorry, the middle is very creamy.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you expect, I guess. I was going to say, you can ask me how the plums were, but as they're apricots, you can't.
No, they're not plums, they're apricots.
They're good too. Honey cuts the sharpness.
Oh yeah.
Obviously they're not in season right now, let's be honest.
Very nice.
But that works for that because the sharpness of the fruit goes with the creaminess of the cheesecake.
So,
That's a winner.
that is a winner. Who was it who asked us to make it?
My mouth full now. I'll get told off talking my mouth full. Lee Morrison.
So, Lee Morrison, I hope you're happy with that one.
Please, Lee, if you're going to try this, if any of you are going to try this, take a photograph, tell us what you think, stick it on our Facebook group, which is called Big OGGIE World. Go and find it if you haven't already joined. What are we doing next? Cocktails, I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
I've got no idea about cocktails, but next week, we're going to do a lasagna next week.
Chicken lasagna, I believe.
Yeah, we're going to do a white lasagna. A chicken lasagna.
Okay.
So I've been waiting to do it for a long time, and I'm going to do it next week. We'll give the slow cooker a rest next week.
Fine.
So that'll be chicken lasagna. I'm not sure what we're going to do puddingy wise.
No, rumour is we're going to get another air fryer. Then we'll explain why we need to get a different one in the fullness of time. But we may be getting a new air fryer, so we may start doing some air fryer recipe as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely do some air fryer.
I have an idea for a slow cooker chocolate pudding.
Yeah, maybe we might do the slow cooker for a pudding next week rather than a main course.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, in the meantime, please subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Do make a comment. Comments are always great, and we always try and answer every single one individually. If any of you have got any requests or anything you would like us to try, do stick them in the comments. We will certainly read them, and like Lee wanted his cheesecake, we'll do our best to please, basically. What else have I got to say?
I think that's it. please subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all those things.
Don't forget the notification bell.
Come and join us on Big Eye World, me on Big Eye Golf.
And we'll see you all again
See you all
really
soon.
soon. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
That is very good.